Well, it happened. This last weekend, my son had to bug out. Well, actually, he got to bug out. It was voluntary. It's called backpacking. Honestly, backpacking is like the perfect simulation for needing to bug out. And that's why I love outdoor stuff. Backpacking especially, because you have to carry your gear. It's perfect training, perfect practice for so many preparedness scenarios. If you ever had to bug out, you got to carry a heavy pack on your back for several miles. It's good to have practice doing that. But it's also an excellent opportunity to practice using the gear that you have for preparedness. The only thing worse, I think, than not knowing how to use your gear when a bad scenario comes up is just not having the gear in the first place. But not having any practice using it, you're just asking for trouble. So here's what we're doing today. Today I'm inviting my son. This is Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hello.
These are my friends. This is Jack. You can have your bench if you'd like, or your seat. We're gonna go through this bag. This is all the stuff that we packed, that Jack used, and we're gonna talk through it. And Jack can tell us a little bit about his experience, what stuff he actually used, what stuff he feels like might have been a waste of weight and a waste of space. To start off with this bag dump, we gotta start off by talking briefly about the pack. This is an inexpensive outdoor products. I bought it at Walmart. I got it a few years ago because we were on a trip. We were down in Utah visiting family, and we all decided, let's go to Lagoon.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah.
We went on like the biggest roller coasters, and it was amazing.
That's right. But we decided we wanted something to be able to carry all our stuff around in, but we hadn't brought a backpack with us on the trip. So we just went to the grocery store, to Walmart, and they had this one here. I'm not even quite sure how big it is, but it's kind of like a day pack. Honestly, for a 72-hour kit, this would probably work. It might be a little small for me, but it'd be great for someone his size. And it turned out to be do you think it was a good size for you hiking? Was it pretty comfortable?
Yeah, it was nice, it was comfortable. The only thing I wish that would have been different, because when I put it on, most of the way was just on my shoulders, and now my shoulders are sore. If possible,
Okay.
I would have liked to tighten this up a bit.
Well, it's possible. You just didn't. Oh,
yeah.
You know what? It is possible, but we had it set not far from as tight as it goes. So
Yeah.
it might be just a little big for you still.
Yeah.
Give it like another year.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. But that's a good point. Like having a pack that can fit, like I know some of these other backpacks that I've tested here on this channel, the waist strap and even the shoulder straps aren't even really big enough for me, right?
Yeah.
Like I extend them all the way out and it still feels tiny. So having the right size pack is good. All right, let's go through the stuff. We'll start here on the top. Did you use these?
Yes, these were useful. They're lightweight, and I don't think we really need the knife. But the fork and spoon were amazing for like eating oatmeal and the adventure meals. Hang on. The fork was amazing for these adventure meals because, you know, you can scoop it up, you can stab it. They're really nice. So I'd say these were not a waste of weight and space.
Yeah, so the other alternative, another one that I have is like, it's one utensil that's like a big spoon with little prongs on the end. It's kind of the all-in-one style, but that one was metal, so it was a little heavier.
Yep.
This one is very lightweight and plastic. I think I just got that at Sportsman's. Now that we're talking about it, let's talk about the food. The one you took with you was the chicken teriyaki. What'd you think of it? How was dinner?
It wasn't very tasty. I'll tell you that. So when you go backpacking and you bring one of these, don't expect a good, high quality tasting dinner. But this had a lot of protein and a lot of energy storage. Yeah, the next day I was full of energy and ready to hike.
That's good. Which is like the most important thing.
I shared.
You shared it?
Yeah, with my friend Toby, and we still couldn't finish it off. So
I thought so. So what I found, this is like the one instance in the real world where when it says there's 2 servings, it really is like 2 servings. Because one whole one of these, like 2 servings of any other thing, it feels like maybe a good amount to eat for me. But 2 servings of this is a lot. And then for breakfast, you did oatmeal packets. Those aren't here because you ate them.
Yeah.
How many of those did you eat? Because you took what, 3 with you?
Yeah, I took 3. I only ate 2 because one of my friends didn't bring any breakfast, so I had to share.
Man, these friends, they didn't bring any food.
Yeah, they weren't prepared, which is why we're talking about preparedness, so you can be prepared. Don't expect your friends to bring stuff for you.
I'm guessing you didn't use this.
No, I did not use that. I just used a lighter.
So who gave you a lighter?
Actually, no, wait, I didn't use the lighter. One of my leaders used the lighter,
Gotcha,
and we just
okay.
light the fire. In fact, I didn't even use that match you brought me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So this is just a flint and steel set here. So they come together, they stay together, which is kind of nice. Packed with a little bit of dryer lint, and then one of my fire starters. So this is an egg carton with dryer lint in it, and then there's more, just the dryer lint, and then wax soaked through it. This will burn for like 5 to 10 minutes solid, so you can get a good wood started. But the lint makes it super easy to strike just with the flint and steel. So this is probably a good backup, but not super necessary where you're going with a group and have lots of ways to start a fire. Especially considering that I gave you
a stove
that starts its own fire, and I gave you one of those match things that starts a fire. So you had plenty of ways to do that.
One morning we couldn't get the fire started, so I just tried to use the stove and light it with the stove. I'm like, the fire just wouldn't light because it was too early and too cold in the morning.
Okay. Or just too wet, maybe?
Yeah.
Damp from the dew?
Yeah.
All right, this was just a basic first aid kit. This is like literally a little baggie that I got from Delta Airlines once when they screwed up and I had to stay overnight somewhere. So it was a little baggie with toiletries they gave me that I've since filled in with some basic first aid stuff. I'm guessing, did you need to use that?
Fortunately, no.
Okay, we'll move on. That one's not really anything to write home about. It's stuff I've thrown together in the past. Do you have to use those?
No.
Okay, but if you were gone for multiple days,
we'd want these.
You definitely want those. So those are staying. We're not throwing those out, right?
Yeah, we aren't gonna throw these out.
What about that? Did you use that?
Yeah, a bit. It got dark enough in my tent that I just used this to get my stuff ready. It was useful. It's bright. You want to bring one of these along when you're going camping.
Yeah, so that's a headlamp. I like a headlamp for sure, especially if I'm going to be hiking at all, but camping, I want my hands free to do stuff. So
yeah, you just go like this, and now you have a light on your head.
Yeah. Did you use the rain poncho?
No, it didn't.
Because it didn't rain. What if it had rained? Would you have wanted that?
Yes, I would have.
I like this one because this one is got that reflective Mylar, so it actually keeps you warm too. Mm-hmm. Maybe not so much for like the summer.
Yeah.
But where you went, was it pretty cold?
Yeah.
There was still snow like by the trail in a few places in the shade.
Yeah, there was some snow even on the trail. So honestly, this would have been useful like if I was going in spring or fall. But in summer, I don't know. If it's raining, probably.
So sunscreen, did you use that?
No,
Okay, we won't tell Mom.
Was
it pretty shaded everywhere though? Because there were lots of trees?
The thing is, it wasn't really that hot either. We went in the morning. And
yeah, but it's not just about the heat. It's about the sun.
Yeah. The thing is, the sun wasn't really that bright up there. Even though we're closer to it, it wasn't.
This was like
bad.
Probably 5% of all your weight was in this can.
Yeah. Honestly,
I never took that kind of stuff when I was a kid, but like, honestly, it's
yeah, I could have just sprayed myself off before. My leaders bought plenty of sunscreen.
What about chapstick? Do you use that?
Oh yeah, I love this. My lips were so chapped after the drive there. This was useful. You're gonna want to bring this if you're going into the mountains or hiking or pretty much anything.
Or anywhere.
Yeah.
If I spend a day working out in the sun, my lips are chapped. Like.
My lips are chapped all the time, so I'm saying.
What about this? Hand sanitizer.
No.
So this was a big bottle. We were searching all over the house for a smaller bottle. We found one yesterday.
Seriously?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
But we wanted you to be able to clean your hands for when it was time to eat.
We never.
Okay, we won't show off this stuff, but change of clothes, right?
Yeah.
So you had what? A clean pair of socks, clean pair of underwear, and a clean shirt?
Yeah.
Actually, you brought like 3 pairs of socks.
Yeah, because I was worried I might step in like some water or something.
Well, and your leaders suggested bringing a few pairs of socks because it's easy to get them wet. And it's really nice to be able to put on clean socks.
Yes.
You don't want to sleep, especially if it's going to be cold at night, you don't want to sleep with wet socks.
Or feet without socks on, especially.
Yeah, it's better to sleep with no socks on than wet socks because if it's going to be cold, your feet will never get warm.
Yeah, and they're going to freeze on your feet, honestly.
All right, toothpaste and a toothbrush. I won't ask you if you use this. I'm just going to hope you did.
Everyone forgot.
Yeah, okay.
No one brought anything.
I just find that if I go too many days without being able to clean my teeth, then my gums start to get sore and stuff. Oh, and then snacks.
You should still use these though. Clean your teeth.
So if you ever watch the show Alone, like there have literally been people who have had like major teeth problems and stuff, and they're like, I need a dentist, and that's like the thing that gets them sent home, is because they need a dentist. They get to bring a toothbrush as not one of their 10 survival items, but they can't, the toothpaste, they don't get to bring. That would be one of their 10 items. And so what do? They use charcoal from the fire after it's burned.
That's cool.
To clean out their teeth. And every time they do it, their mouth's like super black. Okay, snacks for the trail. Did you end up needing to eat much on the trail?
Nah, this covered most of my protein and eating, so honestly I'll say no. At bedtime, when I was hungry, this was useful because I ate one of these.
So you had one of those at bedtime?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the bigger stuff. You took this.
Yeah, that was useful. For boiling water, that was very nice.
So this is it's basically like a jet boil, but it's not a jet boil. It was a different brand. And this is plenty of fuel for several meals, just in the one can. I love that it all packs up together. I can link to all these. I think this one, the brand of this one is Lithic. Anyway, but it's all in one. So here's your big cup you can boil a bunch of water in. Did you just eat the oatmeal right out of here, like I told you to? So yeah, you could just boil water in here.
And then
dump the packets in, and that's it.
I put a bit too much water in there, so it was really soupy, but yeah.
I was a little concerned about that, but I wasn't overly worried. You could eat soupy oatmeal. Okay, this water filter, you said you didn't end up needing to use it.
Not really that much, because the lakes...
Did you use it a little bit?
Yeah, I used it a little bit, like in the stream. Mostly
Where'd
for
you put the cap?
I don't know where it went. Honestly, I think it's somewhere in there.
I hope so.
I didn't really... I only used it for a bit of recording, but honestly, I didn't really need to use this. The lakes, this can't really filter out all the stuff in the lakes, like the fish pee, the...
Yes, it can.
Well,
okay. Pee, it can't totally filter out.
Which is why I didn't use it in the lakes. Plus, the lake is still water and it isn't.
But the fish pee is not going to hurt you.
Yeah, but the moss stuff.
All that stuff is fine. So this is intended to filter out basically all the stuff that could hurt you. It's going to filter out all of the metals and chunky stuff, the dirt and everything, but it's also going to filter out bacteria. So like anything that would make you sick from drinking it, this filters out. That's why I sent it with you.
I would recommend using these in like a stream or a river.
That's true. That's better. If it's standing water, you're right. You're going to get more junk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you guys pass you passed a stream, right?
Yeah, we passed.
So you could fill that up with that moving stream water, and it's going to be a lot cleaner to start with.
A lot better. Actually, I used stream water for this as well.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't end up with like chunks of stuff in it. Yeah. From the lake. So with this, very simple. You just fill it up, and the cool thing with these, this one's from Sawyer. Life Water makes them as well. The cool thing is that this cap size is the same as like Smart water bottles. Not like the really lightweight, cheap water bottles that we buy in big packs. Those have actually slightly different thread. But your Smart Water, your Life Water, those, just kind of a little bit more substantial bottled water, those fit these perfectly. So you can use one of those and just refill that water bottle over and over and just carry that with you. But you did use this though. We filled this up with water before you left.
This is very useful because after you open it, it expands. But when you drink it, you can make it smaller so you can save more room from the stuff.
So when it's not full of water, it takes up less space. I do wish that this had the same threads.
Yeah, I wish it was
because then you could have refilled it from a stream.
And then screwed this on.
And then you wouldn't have needed two of these.
It would have saved weight, yeah.
But I did want to send you with more clean water from the house, so that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
The biggest
How was the sleeping bag?
I wasn't able to find, yeah. Honestly, I didn't know how to put it away, so don't blame me, because...
You got it in the backpack, that's what matters.
Yeah,
it
worked.
So this is a pretty small, pretty lightweight, and it was very inexpensive when I bought it years ago. It's a little mummy bag. How was that for you? Was that
It was nice and warm. It kept me warm throughout the night. it was nice. The thing is, this was probably the heaviest item I
Yeah.
had.
We saw one of the other kids there with a sleeping bag that was like this big.
Yeah.
And first summer backpacking, like, I'm curious how warm it kept him. We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, that's
All right.
what I'm doing too.
This is a tent.
It's a very nice lightweight tent.
We
I
covered
recommend
this in
using
another video on this channel where Jake weatherproofed it for us. Yeah, how did that work for you? It's a one person, super lightweight. Did you feel the weight of some of the other boys' tents?
No, but I noticed the size of their packs were like
Yeah.
twice as big as this one.
Most of
This
them,
one-
this was, I think, the lightest pack there.
This one had the least amount of weight. My pack was the lightest.
Yeah.
And this one had plenty of room for all my stuff. I could fit everything in here as well. Like, I could fit my entire pack and I could take everything out and put it in this tent.
Yeah.
And it was very useful. I recommend using this if you're going backpacking.
Yep. That is something as well. So what his leaders recommended was that their pack weight, all in, everything, in fact, we even weighed it after we filled up the water and put it on and everything, should be no more than about 20% of their weight. So for like a 100-pound kid, it's only a 20-pound pack. This was only 18.
18 point, like, my 20% of me was 18.6. This reached 18.4 with the water.
There you go. We were right on, 20%.
Like,
But most of the kids' packs were heavier by at least a few pounds.
most of them were almost 30 pounds.
For me, if I'm hiking and I'm doing a lot of uphill, 60, 65, I've done 70 when I had to carry in several days worth of water. That's pretty heavy. You need a pack that sits well on you if you're gonna do that, and still it's gonna wear you out. So somewhere between 20 and 30%, even for an adult, is probably a pretty good rule of thumb at least. All right, and I think these are the last items.
Yep.
Nope, there's a couple more things at the bottom. What else do we have here? Oh, more snacks.
Oh, yep. These are also packed with protein. I'd recommend these as
These
well.
Nature Valley biscuits.
Yeah.
We like these, we get those at Costco. All right, so this is a sleeping pad and a pillow.
See how much space that takes up? It's very small.
How comfy was that?
The ground underneath my tent was pretty rocky and not very flat or smooth. This was very useful because I could like sleep and have some comfort, and it's also pretty light.
So I have for years had one of those kind of padded but also inflatable roll-up ones. They're still this wide and they just roll in one straight roll, and they weigh a lot more than these. These modern ones are more comfortable. They're smaller and they're lighter. I'm impressed with what they've come up with. Climate makes them. This is Cascade Mountain Tech. I got it at Costco. Now I think they sell the Climate brand ones, KLYMIT. And then, but we got one at Walmart when you and I went camping.
Yeah.
That was green, and I can't remember the brand of that one. But anyway, we can link to any of this stuff in the description of the video. If there was anything, Jack, that you wish you'd had, maybe that somebody else had that you're like, oh, that would have been nice, but I didn't bring one, what would that be?
I don't know. Most of the actual stuff I brought, I'm the only one that brought them. Like hand sanitizer, I was the only one that brought it.
It was on the list.
I would have brought Pop-Tarts if possible because, you know, they're nice. I just wanted some sugar on that. But most of these essentials are right here. I didn't really want anything else.
Okay, well, what would you not bring then? Not the giant thing of hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I want to bring this,
Although
the
I do think
sunscreen.
some, where's the bug spray? We sent bug spray with you.
That was in.
Totally left.
No, I took it out.
Oh, you took it out.
Yeah, I think.
And where's my match?
It's somewhere dug in there, okay? I did. It's not. If it's not in here, it's probably in this tent somewhere.
Oh. I want to show that real quick. So I'm going to take a second here.
You're gonna filter
It's in the tent?
I don't know. Could be. I didn't really.
I don't know,
thoroughly check.
could be.
We only had like 30 minutes to put our
I'm
stuff
just
away.
teasing you, bud. All right. Well, I wanted to show it because I haven't shown it here yet.
Yeah, it's a big.
We can vacuum later.
Yeah, later.
We'll get our cleaner in here. He does a half decent job.
Half decent.
That's him. Well, good thing that came in a pack of like 5 of those. It was one of those like matches that it's actually basically the same technology as a Zippo. It's a little flint, a little striker, but it's just manual and it's shaped like a match, and it has a little wick in it. And then inside of the container, you keep the same Ronsonol lighter fluid or Zippo lighter fluid. But you can strike this match and it'll just stay lit just like a Zippo, which is pretty cool. And it's reusable. So I got a pack of those recently and wanted to show it off.
Yeah.
But I guess I won't today.
Yeah.
Maybe another time.
Yeah.
All right.
You have a whole channel on preparedness. I think
I'll
you'll
show them off
that
another time. I just want to know where my stuff is. I send you with my stuff. I want it back.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's totally okay to use your preps. You can find out what works well for you, what you use, what you don't use. I highly encourage you to take the opportunities that you get to practice with your stuff, put it to the test, whether it's going on a backpacking trip or doing something in your backyard, lighting a fire. Every now and then kick on your generator, make sure it's working right. Just put stuff to the test. Another thing, cook with some of your food storage food. Make sure that you have those skills and that you have good recipes that will work with that. We do actually have a whole ebook about that, so you can check that out over on the website.
Also, try to get used to flavors that you don't like. I didn't like this. If you want a video on like things you don't want to eat, didn't you make a video on like ration bars?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we almost sent some of those just for fun.
No, I wouldn't have eaten them. I would just have given them to my friends. Made them eat them. I'd like prank them.
We almost sent some with Hunter. Graydon wanted to send some.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. It was a pleasure, and I hope you join us in our next video.
I'm trying. My dad's Pantry Preparedness really helped my experience with the outdoors. It helped me be able to learn more about the outdoors and how to like set up a tent on my own and cook and make a fire, like that sort of thing. I've gained a ton of experience from this. Thank you so much to my dad for pretty much letting me use his stuff. The stuff is really good. Like this, it's a pillow, sleeping bag, probably the heaviest thing I had in here. Sleeping pad right here, very useful. It's just so nice to know that I could go backpacking, have a great time, but also have a light load. This is amazing. And that's pretty much it. See ya.